All right. Yeah. Hopefully everything's going good. You guys let me know if there's anything going on. But yeah, this is just gonna be a chill stream. I'm gonna grab Ian here in a second to bring him in. We're just gonna chill, talk. I'll probably show off some stuff, play some video games while like the news is going on. Anime Expo. I think Bandai has something going on here shortly. They might announce some stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, hope everyone is having a good Saturday before it's like the holiday weekend here in the US. I don't have Monday off. I still have to work, but I am off Tuesday. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do this live. I'm gonna send yeah, and I am gonna have the camera tracking on because I might move over here where I'm gonna take some pictures. Oh, but I don't have the mic moving over there, but I can change my mic. But I am gonna send Ian the link to join this real quick so we can have a little powwow. And so I don't know if anyone else has been paying attention to the Bandai news at Anime Expo. All right, Ian, what's up, man? I'm gonna put you on here shortly. But unless it's me, you might be able to put that up a little bit more, and I'm gonna pull you in here. I gotta make the scene real quick. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we'll go with that for now, and then let me do my little magic here where I grab that, and then I'm gonna do that, do this, and then voila, you should be live.
Oh, hello to me on YouTube. Hello.
And you know
YouTube
what? I'm gonna make
viewers.
it fancy. Since this isn't the normal show where I have to try to make it look professional, I'm gonna add this little like shadow, drop shadow to your little picture there, and then I'm gonna have that go live. Cool. And then what I'm gonna do is, and you can tell me anytime, Ian, as I'm sharing things, I can adjust what you see. So then, like, you can see what I'm sharing, but then tell me if I need to, like, go back or whatever, like, if I get out of that. That's sometimes when I'm doing the show with Hatter, like, and I forget to share my screen to him, like, I always have to keep that in mind. That's something a little behind the scenes. Anyway, what's up, man? What have you been up to today?
Not much. Just been chilling most of the day. It's been
Yeah,
hot
after a busy
over here.
week.
The heat finally hit, so...
Oh, what's that? What hit?
The heat wave. Summer.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? Today's like the first day in 2 weeks that hasn't been at 100, and it feels good for once. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so yeah,
Sounds nice.
So what I'm gonna do here real quick, and actually,
Goose needs a shout out here.
Who?
Goose.
Oh, of course.
Let me pull the mic closer to my mouth here, so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of turning my gain up a lot more, but... Who's that weird guy below Adam? I don't know. Who is that weird guy? makes appearances here and there, but it's kind of sneaky.
Oh, did someone ask that?
That's Goose.
Oh, is Goose in the chat?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Shout out to Goose.
Yeah, shout out to Goose. I am pretty sneaky. You didn't even know I was coming on here. I didn't even know I was coming on here. That's how sneaky this was.
I didn't know you were either. We were just like talking right before this, and I was just like, well, I wanted to. Here's a couple things I wanted to just remind everyone about the giveaway, because I'm about to hit 4,000 subs, and when I do, that's when I'm going to announce the winners. 2 videos that you just comment on, and then I do the random comment picker. Then Anime Expo's going on, and I think at like 5:30 my time, I believe they're going to make some announcements. I think that might have been 4:30 or 5:30. I don't know. Maybe something will happen, maybe not. I don't know. And then I was going to take some pictures of my Penelope, so I figured I'd do that live. And then also I might jump into some Rise from the Ashes on Dreamcast, because I've been playing that, and I wanted to talk about it because it's like really fun, and it holds up way better than I thought.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. Let me do a couple things here. One thing I need to do is, and this is also a way for me to test out some other stuff, because I want to be able to share. Oh, that gives me an idea. I wanted to share your audio, but not share the system audio. Yeah, I'll figure that out in a second.
Shout out to the others in the chat. I see Starry Ash saying hello. Hello, Starry Ash.
Oh, hey. Yeah, Starry Ash has been helping me with social media stuff, so you might see her around a lot more, everyone. And then let's see, we got a lot of people. We got Shirt Lad, Huntsman, 0XCXE, Studio AU. And then, yeah, Red Wolf Ion was in here for a second. Really cool guy. I think I'm going to have... he has some videos up where he's been interviewing some Gundam influencers, and I may be on his channel here shortly. So give his channel a follow or subscribe or whatever, so you can... Anyway, Mad Dog Wheaton, Goose in the house, Web Fox, Lucas Garrett. Oh, good to see you.
The legend.
I know, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is move my Twitter over here for a second, and then I'm gonna launch. I'm gonna launch the Dreamcast real quick.
Voodoo GTR just joined the chat too, and he's building the narrative Gundam right now.
Oh, nice. That's a good one. Yeah, good to see another regular on the Discord. Yeah, so again, to reiterate for people that might have missed it, there's links in the description for 2 videos that I'm doing giveaways of Gunpla for. So all you have to do is comment in the video, and then when I hit 4,000 subs, I'm gonna announce the winners on that. Let's see. Let me get this back. Okay, so when, you know, one thing, and I want to do a video about this, back when I first got into, before I was even into, hold on, I don't want to mess this up. Okay, before I was ever into Gundam, you know, I've always been a gamer, and I played this game on Dreamcast that was a Gundam game, and I loved the game back in the day, not knowing it was Gundam. But then there was some
Gundam right on the cover.
Yeah, it's funny. You know what's so funny about that? And I think this kind of shows the kind of way my brain works. Because Gundam, the word, had no meaning to me, I just called the game Side Story 0079. Or I'd call the game Rise from the Ashes when I would talk to people. I would never say Have you played Gundam on Dreamcast? I would just, because that word just was nonsense to me. And that just reminds me sometimes when I'm learning new things, like if something doesn't make sense to me, I kind of just blank it out. And I feel like that's just kind of a learning behavior or something. But anyway, on the Dreamcast, there was a couple other games that I loved. One was Air Force Delta, which was just a flight combat game, and I played it earlier thinking, oh, I wonder how bad it's going to be. And I was actually shocked that I still prefer this way of doing air combat in an arcade fashion than compared to like the newer I even have it. What's the new what are those? Man, I tell you, I'm blanking. There's the popular Japanese air combat games that are out right now.
Like Ace Combat.
Ace Combat. That's exactly it. Yeah. And what Air Force Delta does is it has more arcade controls, but they're still more weighty, and there's momentum. So even when I'm turning, when I stop, there's still a bit of momentum. So it's like they did a good balance of making it feel arcadey, but also like there's weight to it. And that's the same feeling I'm getting out of the Gundam game. I'm going to show it here in a second.
Yeah, I never played this game, so I'll be interested to see what it looks like.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot different than other Gundam games out right now. And then the other one that I can't wait to play again is that Evil Dead Hail to the King, because I'm a huge Bruce Campbell Evil Dead fan, and it's like the sequel to Army of Darkness, and Army of Darkness is like one of my favorite movies. But anyway, yeah, let me test this out, because I also want to check the audio levels to make sure.
Shirt Lad asked if you can turn up the full volume once Sharp Fang starts playing.
Oh, I guess that's the name of one of the songs.
I think so.
Yeah, I love the main the theme, like when you're in the missions, and it's music in GBO too. Okay.
So good.
Okay, so you guys are probably not getting audio, so let me figure that out.
January, Universal Century, year 0079. The space colonies of Side 3, declaring themselves the Duchy of Zeon, launched a war.
Because I think I can get the audio in, but it might capture your audio, Ian, so that will allow me to live figure out how to
very faintly, I think, hearing some of the audio, but I'm not sure.
What's up?
However,
I said I think I'm very faintly hearing the audio, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, let me do something here. I'm gonna turn that down. And yeah, while I figure this out, you guys can check out the opening movie. It's actually pretty cool. Although one interesting thing is they call the Principality of Zeon Duchy of Zeon, which is what they called it in that abandoned dub that Bandai did as the first dub for Gundam. So this is like in that time period where Bandai was first like dubbing or translating stuff and trying to figure out what they were going to do.
That's interesting.
Okay, so yeah, it might be a little faint. Thanks, Zionic Shadow. Good to see you here. I want to be able to balance Ian's out too, so you guys just let us know how the sound is.
The graphics for this opening cinematic look really good, all things considered for the time.
Yeah, especially because like how they frame the camera and stuff and make it look like it could be a movie.
Yeah. It's interesting too because I tried out. Shout out to Shirt Lad, who does not like this game, but Crossfire or Target in Sight for those outside of the U.S. And it's a very interesting game, and the graphics are I don't know, they don't hold up as well as I feel like this game's graphics are. Or at least that's opening cinematic, but we'll see once the game actually starts.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's on the Dreamcast, and at the time, developers were really able to push the Dreamcast graphics. All right, give me a second. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna start a new game.
I'm chuckling at Xeonic Shadow's comment.
Okay. One cool thing, when I first played the game, I was impressed that it had like these like CGI characters talking to me, and like the music, it kind of reminded me of like Starship Troopers because it had like the military theme making you feel pumped.
Right.
I'll skip most of this for now, but it's just cool how it has kind of like story building with characters just from these like logs or whatever that happen between missions. Okay. So then, yeah, you have a garage you can go to. And the dude, Bob, talks to you there. And then it shows, like, what units you have. And then you can, like, change them out. Because you have 2 others with you.
That's interesting. So it's basically like 08 MS team style, like having 3 units per squad or something like that.
Yeah, and I like that it has, and well, actually, I'll dive in so you guys can see, like the system it has for commanding the units.
Okay.
And if you play like the SD Generation Genesis game, oh, and you know what? I'm going to turn off that tracking for now since I'm not going to be moving. The SD Generation Genesis game has the this story, and it plays it out, and the Missing Link game on PS3 also has this story, but it's different gameplay. It's like this, you'll see the gameplay on here is different than most Gundam here. But you know what? You might have seen this type of gameplay in older PlayStation and PlayStation 2 games because I know you played more than I did on those.
I played a few, but you never know.
But I played none.
I feel like the older I've gotten, it feels like my memory fades of some of these games, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true.
I like those real tight markings they got on the shield there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, cutscenes. That's another thing. I always skipped the cutscenes back in the day. So here's the thing. It's first person. You know, how often do we play Gundam games in first person?
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
And it uses, you know, the Dreamcast control. So you use the D-pad to move forward, backward. You turn left and turn right. Now, if you want to strafe, you double tap, and if you want to go rush forward, and that can knock them down, and double tap back to duck. And I think, yeah, you hold it. Another thing is you can use the left analog stick to actually aim. Although I need to change something. Hold on. Was it here? It might not. I might actually have to do that somewhere else. So I guess it doesn't matter for now. But then you hold down B. Like, let's say I moved somewhere, I can hold down B and it recenters, which is
that's
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, if I turn around, we can see one of my buddies here, Fang 2. And then Fang 1, or Fang 3, I'm Fang 1. And then Oasis. Down here.
Is that a hover truck?
Yep. So very much 08 MS Team vibes here. Okay, so the other cool thing about this then is you can press start, and they call it the Battle Integration Control System. So you have a map where you can kind of like see, you know, what's going on.
Right.
And then you can control and tell what you want your units to do. So so I'll just have them guard me because I'm going to move out.
You know what? I've never played Mech Warrior, so I'm not necessarily getting a reference on that one. And I'm probably going to butcher your name, and I apologize ahead of time.
No,
Ian?
I need to play more Mech Warrior stuff. Yeah, I know they have like a Mech Warrior Online or Mech Warrior 5 or something. Okay, I love the Zaku because you can see like the red of their eyes kind of like move. Yeah. So anyway, you press B to lock on. Uh-oh, I gotta move from that. And then, yeah, you just hold down A to fire. Let's see. But then what I could do is press start, go here, and now the map, there's more data. So I can then have the guys attack. Which is cool, because even though it's not real time, it's still just kind of cool that
RPG element to it, a turn-based almost, right?
Yeah, like the strategy. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then as you get closer, you'll automatically pull out your beam saber, so I can like run into them. And then, okay, he's trying to run away from me.
I think you were reading my mind because I was about to ask about the beam sabers.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's kind of creepy how you see those red dots right there in your face, basically.
Yep. Yeah, I like the first person look. It really helps, you know, give the feeling of being in battle. Oh. So then what I might do is double check. Okay, my team is still fighting that guy there, so I'm just going to try to take out this guy.
I'm going to mute myself for just 1 second.
Sure. Alright, that guy is done. But I have to take out some gun turrets. Uh-oh. Okay, so now I'm being attacked, but my guys aren't doing anything. Oh yeah, and then I can, oh, I'm getting myself killed. You can like jump out of the way. Alright. So that was pretty fun. But man, I almost got myself killed.
So is the where it says danger or warning, that's your health or something like that?
Yeah, I got it really low, so I could potentially die on this mission. Although I just have to take out gun turrets, so I just gotta... Actually, I could ask my team to take them out.
Zionic Shadow says, hey Adam, suggestion to do a deep dive into Ingrid Zero.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me check that out then. Yeah.
And Lucas Garrett said, imagine a remake or remaster of this game with updated graphics and controls. That'd be pretty cool.
And so that's the thing, like Missing Link does that, but the controls aren't as good. That's the thing. The controls are very like, it's third person and it's a little easier. This, at least, it has tank controls, which you sort of want out of a mech.
Hey, Brian. Zanichelli, shout out to him.
Oh, hey, Brian. All right. Let me check my map. And I don't know how well you guys can hear everything, but there's a song playing right now that I remember hearing it in GBO2 and being like, wow, what is it with this song? And it was just because it loops over and over, but it's a pretty good song. So I'm gonna try to let my guys take out.
I honestly don't hear it, so
Oh no?
no. That's okay.
I wonder if, oh, you know what, I bet I can't share the audio to you. That's
okay.
something else I was trying to figure out with Hatter when we were doing our streams, because I wanted to do it where, you know, people could call in or the voicemail thing, but I'll figure that out eventually. All right, what are my guys doing?
I feel like when it comes to live streaming, it's just there's always something new to learn about it, or a new way to mix something, you know.
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
It is, and a lot of times I have like people like you, even Talos and Steven, like help me like something new. Like Talos gave me an idea yesterday about like utilizing the volume mixer that's just built into Windows. To kind of use that on top of the stream software. Okay. So I have to take out that other turret.
Yeah, that's why I like the Stream Deck.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
The Stream Deck Plus, like, I have one, and that's how I manage, like, my audios and stuff like that.
I think, yeah, I remember you telling me that, and I was like, one day, but I actually think I need to get something like that soon to make it a lot easier. Okay, so it's funny because in this you have to guard or protect some friendlies. But if you're not careful, you can order when you order your other mobile suits to protect them, they'll like run over them and destroy them. It's like,
oh wow,
yeah, not good. Okay, what is this? Special unit. Alright.
oh, now you're overheating? Is that like a...
Yeah, so when I do the, I have the generator on the left. When I do like those dashes to strafe or to go forward or to jump.
I see.
To jump backwards, which is a good tactic to use to get out of the way. Yeah, that uses that up, which it's pretty cool. Another thing to manage. It's like it's semi-arcade-like, but semi-simulation. All right, and that's, I guess, who we're supposed to be keeping an eye on.
This will be interesting with only 36 health.
I know. Although I think the rest of it is pretty easy. Although they're getting bombed. Oh no, it's this.
Another suit.
This. I don't know if that's a turret I didn't take out yet.
This almost reminds me of like an early simulator kind of game, almost kind of like a Microsoft Flight Simulator or something like that in a way.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It kind of has that charm to it, but I'm just actually surprised that these controls are pretty decent. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. So I'm gonna play through the whole thing, do a review of it, but you know, if you happen to have a Dreamcast or anyone out there, like, it's worth playing this game. If not, you know, I don't know how wrong it is for me to say you can play it on an emulator. Because I mean, it's really hard to get it anyway. It's not in production anymore. So, or Missing Link on PS3 has a version of this.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah. All right. Let me get out of that. Okay. And now, yeah, I want to see if there's anything going on Anime Expo. I don't know. If anyone has any news from Anime Expo, let me know, because I'm curious if anything new has been announced, Gundam related.
I haven't seen anything today from it.
Yeah.
I might be going out there on Tuesday, maybe. I'll see. Because I live nearby.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. How far away are you from that?
About an hour and a half.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
just real crowded down there.
Yeah, that's the thing. I get it, especially there in LA, of all places to, you know, have a convention.
Well, I mean, when I first started going to, like, Anime Expo's always been a big convention, but it's a really big one now because they just expanded every year, so they wind up using, like, the nearby hotels and stuff like that for some of the panels, or, you know, just different things like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, even Zionic Shadow saying nothing yet. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we'll. Oh, this is reminding me. Did you say you ordered?
So I got 2 of the 3. I got the. I didn't get the Pixie. I got the other 2 that are on there. I'll probably go back and get the Pixie later.
Yeah, I've been debating. And then I kind of just held off because it's like I'm even trying to sell some of my stuff to kind of. It's taking up a lot of space.
I'm gonna mute for just a second, but I'm listening.
Oh yeah, sure. But it's one of those things, and I know a lot of people can agree. We've talked about this before, where it's like, man, there's so much stuff. Sometimes I just buy things to get it, and then later I'm like, well, why did I buy it? You know, it's. But these just are badass. Like, you know, it reminds me of, you know, playing this. The game I was just playing has the White Dingo team. Like, I would love to get that, and that I have more of a thing for since I played that game, and that's like the first Gundam game I played. So Gundam Requiem for Vengeance has been announced at Anime Expo. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Okay. Oh, here we go. Oh, UC0079. Okay, now it's a new animation project. Is this real? Oh, and okay, so it's CG, which is okay. Produced entirely with Unreal Engine 5, which is actually a plus. The animation entirely. So, Studio AU, thank you for bringing that up. I don't know Erasmus Brusdow. Origin Zero, Lord Inquisitor. Okay, he's directing the project. And Gavin High Knight, Tekken Bloodline, Transformers Cyberverse, Star Wars Resistance is writing. So.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh no. Okay, and a producer of of Thunderbolt is involved in the project. So what's interesting is it seems like it has more of a Western focus in terms of who's writing it and directing it. Or I don't know. I don't want to guess. I'm just looking at the names. They don't seem Japanese. But that could be due to it being a CG project and not that it's like a, animated, even though that's animation, but it's not like traditional Gundam animation, because it is still being produced by Gundam Thunderbolt dude. Let's see. Oh, and the music is done by, again, a more Western focus. Okay. Mm-hmm. So they're saying Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt and Mobile Suit Gundam 08 MS Team are the influences on this. That sounds great.
You had my curiosity.
Yeah, what is it now? You have my interest or something like that.
Now you have my attention.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Let's see. So I guess yeah. Okay, so I guess they were at this conference even speaking on it. So maybe we're gonna get more information because I bet this is just like hot off the press. Yeah. Wow, I love it. Like, can't really see much from this, but it does say UC 0079, which that's awesome. So 1 year war. I wonder if it's more. Yeah, and I wonder if, even looking at it, like I'm almost getting, you could barely see anything on this, but that almost looks like Easy 8 vibes, but you can barely see.
I'm looking at it too.
Because you don't really see a V-fin.
I think it's a ground gun, almost like a ground Gundam.
Yeah.
So maybe it is some sort of like Easy 8 kind of clone or something.
And like, so they're saying Thunderbolt and 08 MS Team, so I wonder if they're taking kind of the ground type combat of 08 MS Team, adding the more mature, kind of stylized themes of Thunderbolt, and this is awesome. It's not what I expected. I wasn't expecting anything to still be 0079, but that's fine with me.
Well, I'm going to throw out a theory here.
Okay.
How about, I've been kind of starting to do a little bit more research into this, but the slave rates.
Oh.
Speaking of Pixie and...
Oh, that is a good call on that, actually. Especially if they just put those up for pre-order on P Bandai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Holy crap.
Why?
Dude, I think you just nailed it. I'm gonna go with that. Let's see. So if we were to like look at what's going on here, I mean, this is really hard to make out what's actually happening in here, but it seems to have a lot more of the armor around the top of the head than what would traditionally be on either a GM or Gundam. And the visor, it's the two eyes instead of a single visor.
I mean, here's an Easy 8 robot spirits right here. So
yeah.
You can kinda...
And another look on that. So let me go to the other one. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, it doesn't look Gundam-like, but
There's what? Ice cream truck.
Well, I mean, so from my understanding, I've done very little research. I just kind of started looking into it the other night. GBO2's kind of ignited my passion for it in the last couple days. Just to be honest.
Did you get them in GBO2 or one of them? I don't know.
I've been seeing them. I wanted the full armor slave wraith for a while. They had it in the recycle tickets, and I missed it because I didn't have enough. So I'm waiting for that to come back. But I love the ground Gundam aesthetic, and the Easy 8, or if you look up like the full armor slave wraith, it's a really cool concept.
Okay, so yeah, out of all of them, it looks most like this Slave Wraith. Dude, that was a good call. I would not have thought about that.
I mean, Bandai does some interesting stuff sometimes, you know?
And this, because that takes place during 0079 anyway.
It does.
And the other thing is, I think there's opportunity there to make animation based off the video game stories because they're really good.
Well, I mean, MSA Blue, I haven't seen that, but I know that's CG, right? That was probably like the last time that they did something CG related with Gundam, or
that was mid 2000s. Yeah.
G Savior, shout out to G Savior, shout out to Yama Shadow.
Yeah. No, but what's cool is with Unreal Engine 5, I think it seems to be that Japanese animation tends to use CGI to make their movies, like the Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, and they're usually pretty good. So I'm all down for using Unreal Engine 5 to make a new Gundam animation.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the animation studios are experimenting right now. Like a lot of modern anime use a lot of CG now, especially the action-oriented ones.
Yeah, that's true. Especially even in it's even in Gundam, like even Kukuru's Island, like CGI was used, even though they kind of hide it with the animated, like cell shaded look.
Dragon Ball Superhero, I know not Gundam related, but they just last year released a movie called Dragon Ball Superhero, which was all sorry.
Oh no problem. Yeah, I haven't seen Dragon Ball stuff yet, but
this is going to be interesting. I can't wait to hear more about this.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool announcement to make. Because, I guess... And I wonder how soon it's going to be released. I wonder if it's said. Because what came out this year, or I guess we've only halfway through the year. Like, last year we got Kukuru's Island over the summer. The year before that was Hathaway.
Right.
I guess right now they're kind of finishing up, Witch from Mercury. And then there's the Gunpla Metaverse coming out in October. So maybe that's what this year's really... full with.
Yeah, this kind of feels like not as hype of a year as maybe the last couple of years of Gundam stuff in some ways. Like, I know you have your... I don't necessarily mind Witch from Mercury. I know that's been more of a slow burn for you.
Yeah.
But, I think that with the two projects, that's why Witch from Mercury is so short, and they're trying to capitalize on this metaverse thing that they're doing with Gunpla. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. And actually looking at this more, it's saying that the project's episodes are set in the Universal Century chronology of the first Mobile Suit Gundam story and its sequels. And it's told from the Zeon faction's perspective, particularly from the Zaku Mobile Suit's cockpits. The trailer said the story is set 11 months after the Revolutionary War.
Shut up!
Uh-oh. Hold on one second.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay. No, I mean, we could just call him on his phone. Hold on. I gotta call my son real quick. He's like making weird noises upstairs. So yeah, that's another thing. If they said it's from a Zeon soldier's cockpit, which could be what the character is here, maybe the Slave Wraith. Although, and I probably made a video on this and forgot. Did any of those members switch sides?
I don't know.
Because I know weren't they picked because they were already in prison or something, and they were forced to. So that could be what they're referring to.
Yeah. I don't know how. I mean, that kind of like. I guess it's good timing that you were just playing Rise from the Ashes, you know, because that
Yeah.
cock battle. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing. But I'm not sure how I feel about that as like a movie concept, you know, or an episodic concept. Like that feels a little bit. I mean, I know they're experimenting. Obviously, they're trying to see
Yeah.
what works and all of that, but Gundam
Yeah.
is not exactly known for just seeing what's the perspective of the pilot in the cockpit, you know?
Yeah, so I wonder if maybe I wonder if maybe then they do it when there's action scenes, that they kind of give it that feeling, because it was kind of cool when I was playing that game just then, where like I was up close with the Zaku and like battling. So I wonder if they're gonna like focus on like the animation being like that, where when they get into a battle you're in a cockpit, and maybe because it's Unreal Engine 5, it's really, maybe that's kind of showing off how realistic it can look, you know, and like maybe because that's something that I was thinking about when I was thinking about like older movies where it was like space battles or something, where it's the like when you're in something I was watching recently, when your view is of the heroes for a second, like when something cool is happening and you know you're moving through and then you see all these giant ships, it's like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, what was it I was watching recently that did that? Yeah, I forget. But
Yeah, I'm blanking on like perspective like that, like a first person perspective like that in terms of like a movie or it's very short usually if they do something like that.
yeah, and I oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking on it. Yeah, there was something else I was watching recently. Let's see.
I mean, not exactly Gundam either for this one, but what comes to mind right now is like from a first person perspective would be like that trailer when Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man was coming out. They did that first person.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because that's not even really Gundam related, but it's still showing like in another type of storytelling how that first person stuff can be kind of fun to incorporate. That's why like there's third person and first person games. Sometimes that first person perspective, it can be fun and really, you know, make you feel like you're there. Yeah,
I mean, it's all for the immersion perspective. If I can speak today.
Yeah, and so it was something recently I was watching, unless it was like an older Star Trek or something, where we're in the cockpit with the characters, and I remember we were watching it like move around, and I was like, whoa, look at how the world looks. Instead, where a lot of modern films now do it, where there's these crazy cameras that like move around the world, and it's unrealistic because they can put a camera anywhere. They don't have to worry about a crane or someone holding a camera. So it's more of a cartoon and less like realistic. Okay, so 17 minutes ago, another one. Let's see.
Anime announced at the Anime Expo. Oh, it's another article for the same thing.
Yeah, just posted 17 minutes ago. Didn't reveal too much information when it comes to the story, but the material shown at the Banda Namco Filmworks panel confirmed that it will be taking place in the original century. That is neat. Let me see. I have another.
I'm going to search Twitter real quick to see just Gundam in general. What comes up? So I also think I heard something. I was having a conversation with somebody when we were talking about Gundam Seed Destiny having a movie coming soon or something like that too, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think next year. Let's see. Yeah, the upcoming series will be animated using Unreal Engine 5, which was developed by Epic Games. Made for quite a partial franchise. Not really. And perhaps anime in general? No. Trailer was also featured. Oh, a trailer was also featured at the event, though it has yet to make its way online. The story itself was also confirmed to be taking place from the Xeon Principality's point of view. 11 months. Okay, a bunch of the same things, yeah, we've already read, but...
Yeah, it seems like it's kind of quiet. We still have like 3 more days of Anime Expo anyway, so there's time for them to announce stuff.
Yeah.
I I wish they would just give it to you all at once, but then, they want to build up the hype.
Yeah, like tomorrow they'll probably release a trailer for everyone, which would be great, and I can't wait. I'll do a reaction video to that.
Well, and then on top of that, because we have the final episode of Wish from Mercury, you would want to capitalize on that hype.
Yeah. Hey, do you think they're going to announce more Witch from Mercury coming?
You know what? I've been thinking about it. Just the way that the last episode ended, it feels like it would be way too rushed for them to do something like that, where they just cap it off right there. And I started thinking back to like IBO when that first came out, and they separated it out into 2 distinct seasons, like they did, kind of for Witch from Mercury, but it was a straight 24 episodes for the first part, and then they took a break, and then the next half came back later in the year or the following year. I can't remember.
But did you know that there was going to be a next half already?
I don't remember. It's been so long. And I'm sure the chat will correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it came pretty close to, if not like during the last couple episodes that we knew more was coming. What's coming out Monday, Zionic? Shadow?
Yeah, I just saw that.
So I don't want to get confused because I know Fenrir isn't here. No, Twitter is saying that it comes out tomorrow. I just saw it from Gundam Info.
Yeah, if it's the last episode. Yeah, it's weird because I mean, there's nothing. It's funny because even sometimes Bandai has referred to what's going on right now, which for Mercury is season 2.
Mm-hmm. They are,
it's weird.
Yeah,
and you're right that it's like it would be rushed if they just ended it. I feel like there's so much of the world that they didn't really explore, and that I guess would lead to my main criticism of this show, is that they kind of lollygag for a while. And not really speak on things that especially were brought up in the prologue. Even if it's character building, they've lollygagged, I don't know why I keep using that word, around the relationship with Soletta Mjorne. I would wish we would see some more of them maybe being able to have more just personal conversations, even the other characters.
I feel like there's just, the more that I think about it and digest the season, because I don't necessarily go back and watch the episodes again. I very rarely do that.
Yeah.
But the more that I kind of just think about it, it feels like they're just kind of, one part is capitalizing on nostalgia from previous Gundam in some ways, with all these callbacks to different things, and then on top of that, I think romance has always been a secondary component to Gundam, because everybody has initially complained about, we have Suletta and Mjorne getting together. Oh, God, no.
Yeah, that is weird. You think they're really listening to that group and just not...
I don't think so, because Japan doesn't really necessarily care about what the internet thinks about things. If that were the case, everything that we would ever want would happen the way we would want it, and it probably wouldn't be very good.
Like a Sentinel show, or you know what? That's also interesting too, because I feel like they would already have written and the show's completed before they air it. But a lot of times I hear people say "Oh, I bet they're gonna change the next episode because people don't like this," and I'm like, I doubt that.
The production side of it would take way too, these episodes, whether they're outsourcing them or doing them in-house, you got to imagine they're animating these things very close to the air date. They have a certain amount of time to get them done, and you know, I would think, especially with the fact that they're incorporating more CGI into anime nowadays, that it would only take them longer to get these things animated because they're doing so much CG.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, Zonic Shadow saying the relationship hasn't flourished one bit. I agree. That was a focal point of the whole show, and it's not really gone anywhere. Studio AU, I don't know how their relationship would work. Well, I think it's because they haven't shown it. Other than like that night they like slept over or whatever, or when some of the moments were okay, like when Soletta thought no one liked her and she was trying to run away from Mjolnir, and then Mjolnir like caught up with her. I thought that was a cool moment, but there barely was any of that.
It feels very one-sided. Like Suletta is just chasing Mjolnir a lot of the time, and then just kind of like, oh hey, reminder, I'm here, I exist. Oh wait, but there's Guel, and then there's Shadik, and then there's, you know, all of these other
side characters that could use some fleshing out. So, you know, I guess coming from my reasoning, I would think that there would be a third, I guess, season, you would call it.
I would say so. You know what? And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a time skip.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Where they're older, maybe married. I mean, but also to maybe
I don't
like
think it'll go that far. It'll probably be like a year or 2 years. IBO did a time skip too between part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
So
didn't Double O also do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and enough to where it would be cool, because then it would be in the aftermath of the Gundams. Are they now embracing maybe part of the technology for the medical reasons, and then just really shuttering out the Quiet Zero, and then there's another threat, you know, that comes about.
And I almost want to say that the reason they haven't announced a season 3 yet is because of all these other projects they have going on, that they'll probably wait till Metaverse is done to announce a season 3 coming or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like making it where the mainline show at the moment that would be over a course of a couple years would be Witch from Mercury. Well, then they'll have the builders style stuff, and then the UC stuff. And they just kind of release one after another.
Well, and then, you know, we still don't know anything about the next part of Hathaway, if they're going to do another part for that.
Yeah, they're working on it. I just can't wait to...
That live-action Gundam movie, we still don't know anything about that. There's so many pieces here.
You're right, there are so many pieces. That's interesting, because this would be when they would announce something for the live-action, but they didn't. That's why I'm thinking it's going to be build-related. They're going to use the metaverse as a launching point for the live-action movie.
Yeah.
Not that that's what I want, but I feel like that probably makes the most sense for the West.
Yeah, well, and even because look what they did with Kukuru's Doan's Island. They didn't give us a dub of it until way later, you know.
Yeah, and they didn't even announce it.
Yeah, but they did the marketing. And that it's two different companies, Sunrise versus Toei, but they didn't do much promotion for Superhero either when that was coming out. So
interesting.
I'm kind of wondering if they're capitalizing on like the hardcore audience, or trying to utilize maybe more of like the social media aspects, or the YouTuber influencer component to get the word out for these movies. Free marketing, basically.
Yeah, no, those are some good thoughts. Just checking to see if there's anything else announced, but there's this other thing. It's because I got my ad block on. Request for animation project? This just seems like an AI written article. Well, cool. You know what? I'm gonna end the stream there, but it was a good talk. I was waiting to see what they announced, and I think that's pretty neat that this is what it was. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
Real quick, just to see if there's anything new. All I'm getting is a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, that was probably the main thing for now. Yeah. Well, cool.
It's okay.
Well, anyway, Yep. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Ian.
for having
I'm glad
me.
you're around. Yeah, no
Great.
problem. I'll try to do this more often where it's just more of a relaxed stream. We're going to just chill, talk news, play a game, whatever. Have supporters
sounds
join.
great.
But yeah. All right. And everyone out there in chat, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. See y'all.
Take care, everyone.